At the conclusion of our presentation, we hope you have learned information about the following topics. Be able to list 3 different sources to locate accurate and prompt information regarding severe weather. Be able to understand how to react to severe weather to be as safe as possible. And be able to properly demonstrate safety positions that help keep participants at the event safe. The best way to monitor severe weather is to be aware of the National Weather Service watches, warnings, and advisories, along with radar information, which must be monitored before, during, and even after the storm. Failing to monitor greatly minimizes the amount of time the public has to react. There are multiple ways to receive warning information. The first is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Weather Radio. The second is television. Another example is commercial radio and also the internet. And now on our next slide, we have a news clip that shows a real-life example of severe weather and why having a plan is important.
Weather hits. What do other venues do? 24-hour News 8's Lauren Lowry checked in to find out if Saturday's tragedy is impacting their plans.
Yeah, we started asking these questions when we found out that a concert venue 13 miles away canceled their show 30 minutes before the State Fair accident happened. So we checked around to all of the major venues to ask, what's your severe weather plan?
When severe weather was rolling toward central Indiana Saturday night, the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra canceled its most popular event at Conner Prairie 20 minutes into the show. The symphony uses a private weather monitoring service and asked the National Weather Service for its help. And if lightning is 10 to 15 miles away, they evacuate. We also checked with Live Nation, the company that operates Verizon Wireless Music Center and White River State Park. Here's the statement they sent us. Management closely monitors the weather for every concert. This includes our utilizing both internal and external resources and continually making modifications to the event plan as the weather dictates. Our plan includes advising our patrons of approaching weather, requesting that people take shelter for bad weather, and for extreme weather, canceling the concert. This video from Lucas Oil Stadium was sent to all season ticket holders Tuesday, outlining what fans should do and where they should go during an evacuation of the stadium. The email also includes instructions on how to get text message safety alerts on your cell phone. That goes for all games here, including the upcoming Super Bowl. Evacuation plans for the big game and events surrounding it are still being written.
Now, I was also able to speak with Conseco Fieldhouse this afternoon. They have a weather station in their security control office, and they have a direct line to the National Weather Service, they tell me. Now, the safety director said they train their employees every fall, and if the weather is too bad, they'll actually keep patrons inside. Lauren Lowry, 24-hour News 8.
Consider severe weather from an outdoor event perspective. Imagine that we are at an outdoor concert at Kelly Short Stadium, and severe weather hits. The following information is how to be prepared and respond accordingly.
If your area is under a tornado warning, act now. You may only have a few minutes to get to safety. Seek shelter immediately. Go to a safe room, basement, storm cellar, or the lowest level in a sturdy building. If there is no basement, go to the center of the building and away from windows and doors. Put as many walls as possible between you and the outside. Get under a sturdy object like a table and cover yourself with pillows and blankets. Use your arms to protect your head and neck. A helmet can offer some protection too. If you are in a car, drive to a shelter immediately. If there isn't enough time and you are caught by extreme winds or flying debris, park the car as quickly and safely as possible, out of the traffic lanes. Stay in the car with the seatbelt on. Put your head down below the windows. Cover your head with your hands and a blanket, coat, or other cushion if possible. Do not park under an overpass or bridge. And never try to outrun a tornado in an urban or congested area. If you are outside, find the lowest point on the ground and lie face down. Use your arms to protect your head and neck. And most importantly, watch out for flying debris. It causes most fatalities and injuries. Safety is job number 1. Get weather ready.
What can go wrong? Injuries, panic, serious damage, stranded people, search and rescue. Outside responses may be slowed by physical obstructions such as trees or power lines falling down, or larger community needs, and communication outage. Now, imagine we are back in our concert scenario. What should we do if there's a tornado warning? If in the stadium seats, seek shelter in a sturdy building or a pre-designated shelter, such as bathrooms or locker rooms. Go to the lowest level of the building, preferably in a basement. Have workers calming down visitors and providing instructions. Make sure all exits are clear and no one is standing in the aisleways to prevent injuries. If an underground shelter is not available, move to an interior room or hallway. Put as many walls between you and the outside of the building and stay away from any windows. If caught outside, lie flat on the ground and cover your head with your hands. Here is an example of a safety position.
Our next weather situation is lightning. Here are a few tips for how to deal with lightning. Lightning occurs on average 30 to 40 days per year, and a severe thunderstorm produces thousands of lightning strikes. You will only be able to anticipate a thunderstorm a couple hours before it strikes, and warnings aren't usually issued. Severe thunderstorms can cause fatalities, injuries, damages to property, and delays. You can take precautions by taking shelter in buildings or cars. Back to our scenario at Kelly Short Stadium. You'd consider postponing the event until lightning passes over 10 miles away. Move people out of stadium seats and into bathrooms, locker rooms, or cars. When your guests are in their cars, advise them not to touch metal surfaces. If you feel your hair standing on end, get down into a baseball catcher's position and plug your ears so if you get hit by lightning, your eardrums will not be blown out. If thunder and lightning are less than 30 seconds apart, stay in a safe shelter. Here is an example of the safety position in the event of a severe thunderstorm.
Summer is here, and although weather conditions may seem perfect, everyone must be aware of the dangerous health issues that can result from extreme heat, high humidity, and poor air quality. Extreme heat can push the human body beyond its limits. Older adults, young children, and those that are sick are more likely to experience the effects of extreme heat. Poor air quality can also be a factor in heat-related illnesses. People living in urban areas may be at greater risk from the effects of a prolonged heat wave than those living in rural areas. Asphalt and concrete store heat longer and gradually release heat at night, which can produce higher nighttime temperatures. There are steps you can take to protect yourself from the dangers of extreme heat. Make sure to listen to your local forecast for heat-related updates. Never leave children or pets alone in closed vehicles. Stay indoors as much as possible and limit your exposure to the sun. To learn more, visit ready.gov.
Here are a few things to keep in mind. Extreme heat affects around 4 events per year. There are days where there are excessive heat warnings and advisories in place, which is when action is needed. Sunburn, heat illnesses, fatigue, irritability, event delays, or even postponement are a few things that can go wrong when extreme heat occurs. There are a few safety precautions to keep in mind. There are extra cooling techniques such as cooling tents and making sure that water is available not only to your participants but also to your employees. Let's go back to our scenario one last time. What if excessive heat happened on the day of the concert? It's important to remember to listen to the NOAA weather radio for critical updates. This should be done during, before, and after the event. Also, consider postponing the start time of the concert so that participants can spend the warmest part of the day in air conditioning. Also, remember to provide water or cooling stations at the concert. It's also important to have medical services on site and make announcements during, before, and after the concert about where they're located in case guests need their services. Also, allow guests to bring their own sunscreen for their protection and offer cooling stations with water. Here are a few things that we hope you gathered from our presentation. A number of different sources to locate accurate and prompt information regarding severe weather, how to react to severe weather and act accordingly to be as safe as possible, how to demonstrate safety positions that help keep participants at the event safe.